I think that my favorite teacher, I've been so blessed. I've had so many good teachers, both inside of institutions and outside of them. But I think that the best teacher who's left the most meaningful impact on my life is a man named Haji Joe. He is a Korean American Renaissance man. I was having dinner with my family. I was about 10 years old in Phoenix, Arizona, in a strip mall. There was this really great Chinese restaurant. And we walked out, and I had quit ballet. It was just super stifling, and I thought it was really corny and lame. And we walked out of this Chinese restaurant, and this handsome Asian dude walked out, and he said, you know, do you want to dance? And I thought, yes. Yes, I do. Of course, he didn't mean with him. He meant that he owned the dance studio next door, and so I started taking classes there. I danced with his studio, which was Eurasian Dance Company, and then later something else. I don't remember the name, but I was probably 10 to about 16, and through that experience I was able to perform for over 20,000 people at the arena in Phoenix. We performed and were paid at a really young age to dance professionally on the Soul Train stage in Los Angeles. I opened up for the Roots with Foot Clan, which is a local b-boy troupe in Arizona. And he treated all of us like his kids, and it wasn't until I got older that I realized that being in the diversity of that environment, my dance partner was Mexican, my best friend there was African American, you know, it was a super mixed environment in Arizona, which I only learned after I left there is a really racist kind of place. And I was just lucky, I was so lucky to be in this environment of love and multiculturalism, and I got excellent dance training. I went on to dance and perform in Switzerland and France and all over the world. It was a solid dance training, but more importantly, it was a lesson in community and sacrifice. What he gave up to give us this studio and this experience, he, you know, lived for the studio. He lived in the studio. His kids were in the studio. His wife was in the studio. And he never raised his voice, ever. So you can imagine a bunch of screaming adolescents, you know, all riled up from the dance, and he never ever raised his voice with us. He would just call us and we would sit around him and, you know, he would explain to us, you know, the errors that we made and the discipline that we needed to be more successful. And so in that way, he was like a second father to me, and to this day, I would consider him like my additional third parent at that time for those years.